Hello, this is Victor at RestoreYourMercedes.com. This video is for mainly Benz in Poughkeepsie, New York, upstate. And this throttle body is 1995 E420 non-ASR unit. Okay, so just want to show operation. That's why I have the cover off. First things first, this unit it had like a terrible wiring. It was just ridiculous, just total shorts everywhere. And it was quite oxidated, so I had it on the bench, and I just want to show you the temperature that has been on the bench for 2 days straight. The reason for that long is because the coil on these units sometimes also fails, and this is the best test I can do for coil test, is just to leave this unit energized on the bench to reach as the hottest temperature possible. So as you can see, it hits over 100 degrees. Cold unit, for example, gets to 60. That's the ambient temperature, and that is why it's been on the bench for so long now. And when it heats up, usually coil fails, and this hasn't failed and it still works. Now there is some oxidation on the plate. I don't touch those because these are polished and you don't want to really disturb the polished surfaces. Outside the case, I cleaned as best as I can because the oxidation was very severe. I cleaned a little bit on the edges, but this plate, if you remember, this thing was just completely covered with gunk and carbon and everything in between. Okay, so but that's not critical. So we have operational unit. Right now I'll show you the operation because you can't really see it when unit is just closed up. This is a non-ASR unit, so I still have the gear off, but that's different. I'll show you the reason why. That's just to show operation, really. So the coil is there, it's original, it works, and behind the throttle body there, these are our readings. That's what comes out from the throttle actuator. So if we see, as you can see, the unit is energized. It keeps the motor at idle, and as you can see, readings above move a little bit, just slightly, but that's just to show that there are readings from potentiometers. The next thing, we're going to open the throttle just to show the readings from first potentiometer. Throttle is wide open. As you can see, the reading goes to 0.54. If I close the throttle all the way, the reading goes back to 4.35, so that's fine. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to induce the limp mode. If I take the gear out, limp mode happens because voltages, the motor spins and the computer senses that something is wrong. But the reason I went into limp mode is I want to show you the readings from second potentiometer, which is that one, and for that I need to move the clutch, and if the throttle is not in limp, I won't be able to move the clutch because the motor keeps it together energized. So as you can see, I'm moving the clutch, and we see readings on potentiometer R2. They also change close to the reading that is on potentiometer R1 because these are connected when clutch is energized, and they basically reference voltages. So this is where we are. Also, you can see the safety switch contact also will engage now. There it goes, safety contact right there, the S1 right over here, and that's also on secondary potentiometer circuit. So without throttle being in limp, I cannot show you this. So once more, I'm going to re-energize it, and then I'm going to close the cover, and off it goes. Let me reset the power. Power is off, power is going on. There's our power. Now, because computers also are feeding off the same power source, then we lost our values, but it doesn't matter. So you can just see that this throttle is operational after reset, and it's fine. If you take the gear out again, I can try to, you see, I can maneuver it, very fine tuning. I can stop this motor by moving secondary potentiometer. Second I Second I lose that very fine balance, you see the motor spins back and forth. It goes the other way. But if I fine tune it and I keep it right exactly where it must be, so I can actually stop the motor. This is how it basically works. It's not in limp mode yet because it hasn't been long enough. So this is the idea behind how this thing works. There it goes. See, I put gear back on. Now it keeps it in position where it needs to be. Well, quick demonstration, quick overall look. And the wires are done, connector sealed, and this unit is ready to go. Alright, so this is all for me. This is Victor at RestoreYourMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.